but it has never had the opportunity to be tabled on the highest platform of the world, that is the UN, to put it on record as a crime against humanity. And so I hear some people go back to the arguments that had kept us divided and said, oh, but I mean, the slave trade was not about just the Europeans, even you in Africa were involved and all that and all that. And the point we make is, when there's a crime, there are the underpinnings and the system that make the crime possible. For 400 years, the system that made this possible were the laws that protected slavery. It was the financing, the people who sat in advanced capitals of the world and financed the slave trade, gave money to buy those slaves. And so you don't say, oh, all of us were involved in the crime, so there was no crime. There was a crime. But we'll get to those arguments later. The important thing was what happened yesterday. And we did it because we came together as Africans. And we came together, the CARICOM, all people of African descent, but also people of good conscience in the world. It was not only Africans, people of good conscience in the world. If you look at the countries that voted for that resolution, you have countries like Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and all the stands. And so yesterday was not just the day of Africans and people of African descent, it was the day of all people of good conscience in the world. And so that's what brought us. But let me just say that what brought us to Pennsylvania was two events which were piggybacked on yesterday's event, the UN. And so when we're coming to the UN, we had invitations, two invitations, and one of them is tomorrow with the World Affairs Council. But the other one was Lincoln University invited us. And I want to say that there's a historic link between Ghana and Pennsylvania. There's a historic link between Ghana and Lincoln University. Whatever disagreements have come up, for me, Lincoln University holds a special place in my heart. Because those are hallowed grounds for Ghana. It is part of our history. We cannot divorce Lincoln University from the history of Ghana. That is where our first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was nurtured with his intellectual capacity and his Pan-Africanist spirit. And it was from there he took that spark and led the liberation struggle, not only in Ghana, but across the African continent. And so the grounds of Lincoln are hallowed grounds for Ghanaians, and will continue to hold that institution in high esteem. But let me say how pleased I am to see that our culture is passed on from generation to generation. I've seen the Ghana Dance Ensemble perform, and they perform very well. I've seen various cultural groups perform, they perform very well. But I think this performance by your cultural group here I mean the Palogo dance, you know, Sumojole me bobabaye sumojole. And especially the beats, you know, Oda Toklo, hey. No, the dance ensemble, thank you very much. And then our special MC, Michael Blankson, no, thank you very much. I mean, you've added that angle of humor that has made this evening special. And so I want to thank all of you. But let me just go through a little speech that I have, and then after that, we'll have an interaction. So it'll give me the opportunity to talk some more about what's happening back home in Ghana. But it's always a special moment for me to meet Ghanaians abroad. Wherever I travel, I make it a priority to engage with our citizens in the diaspora because you remain an essential part of our life. Even though we're separated, you continue to hold a special place for us. Today, I'm here not only to greet you, but to connect with you, to listen and to share with you the direction in which we're taking our country. Let me begin by expressing my sincere appreciation for your contributions to Ghana. Through your remittances, investments, professional networks, and expertise, you continue to support families across our country. You continue to strengthen communities and contribute meaningfully to our economy. Indeed, remittances remain one of Ghana's most stable sources of foreign exchange. But beyond that, you bring something even more valuable: knowledge, exposure, innovation, and a global perspective. Indeed, let me explain. Remittances amounted last year, was a record, to $7.8 billion inflows into Ghana. It was second only to gold in terms of Ghana's foreign exchange earnings. Gold brought some $11 billion. Remittances from the diaspora brought $7.8 billion into Ghana. And that is why we're sponsoring and support a bipartisan bill in our parliament that members of the Ghanaian diaspora can participate fully in the political administration of our country. And so that clause in our constitution that excludes you, we have a bill in parliament that is bipartisan. It means both sides support it, that we will amend that bill. You don't need to renounce your citizenship or your resident status before you stand for parliament or be appointed as a minister in Ghana. And I assure you that bill is going to pass. And once that bill passes, I want to guarantee you the same day it's brought to my table, I shall give assent to it. We live in a time when information travels instantly. And many of you follow developments in Ghana through social media and other digital platforms. But leadership is not only about information, it is about engagement, it is about accountability, and it's about trust. That is why interactions like what we're having tonight matter. They allow me to speak directly to you about our policies and our priorities, and equally important to hear your views and concerns as partners in our national development. And so let me turn now to what we're doing. We call it the economic reset, the reset agenda. Our foremost priority has been to stabilize the economy, restore confidence in the economy. So reset agenda anchored in the 24-hour initiative and other initiatives. We are setting Ghana's sovereignty over our own development path. You can't do things the same way and expect different results. It's for almost 70 years, and our country continues to crawl without creating enough opportunities for us. And so we're questioning all the development paradigms that we have followed. The time has come for us to think outside the box and only give opportunities for Ghanaians to gain the commanding heights of our economy so that we can create prosperity for our people. So these are policies, programs, and priorities are driven by Ghanaian leadership and Ghanaian ownership, shaped by our own national interest and owned by our people. deliberately moving away from externally dictated models of development, ensuring that Ghana determines its own development trajectory. The government is not only designing these initiatives, but is also committing resources to their full implementation. Our focus remains on fiscal discipline, macroeconomic stability, and building a resilient, self-sustaining economy. Some of the decisions we take might be harsh, but you cannot get a cure if you hate to take the bitter medicine. And so far, the bitter medicine we have all swallowed as Ghanaians is yielding results. A key pillar of our strategy is the rollout of the 24-hour economy initiative. This policy is designed to expand productivity across all sectors: industry, logistics, agro-processing, construction, services, by encouraging continuous economic activity. And I know that you in the diaspora are very familiar with this. Many of you should have gone to work at night tonight, but you probably have taken time off just to come and meet with me. I thank you very much for that. And so our objective is clear: to create jobs, especially for our young people, and to unlock Ghana's full productive potential. We're advancing an export-led growth strategy with a renewed focus on value addition and responsible resource management. Through the Accelerated Export Development Program, we're supporting local industries, promoting manufacturing, and reducing our dependence on imports. A key reform in this area is the establishment of the Ghana Gold Board. The Gold Board is designed to bring transparency, efficiency, and greater national benefit to Ghana's gold sector. It will streamline gold purchasing and exports. It will reduce smuggling, revenue leakages, and ensure that Ghana derives fair value from its natural resource. And this is part of our broader commitment to ensuring that Ghana's resources serve the interests of its people. And I'll give you an example. In 2024, we exported from the artisanal and small-scale sector 63 tons of gold. After we set up the Gold Board, we exported from the small-scale artisanal sector 104 tons of gold, making Ghana the largest African gold exporter. And the difference is that with the 104 tons of gold, every single foreign exchange earned from the 104 tons of gold came back into Ghana.
Sir, ode wa fidie no ato amansa television ene ewia isubio baabi bia wo bia wagimre ehwe memeka wo se dwumadi a wo hwe eye asemi edika ena yede ebrewo ewo mfie mu madwuma mu ene baabi bia obia ewo bia no ma wa fidie no ena ha ekosi se ebebo nunum saa bra me ne wo kasa no miensa abo apa ho miti aduenu mienu eti ebebo nunum wa ha no bibi bia etwa se yin na yedi ho komo na wo so do adwenkyere beboa no ekwan da ho se wo so obetumi do adwenkyere ede aba beboa ama dwumadie no so etumi akoso dwumadie no din de asemi edika ye transmitted live from our studios ewo Asalam Down Enyidado building ni mu ho ena yebutu a yedi dwumadie we ebre se de bia efinomi ensankosi nunum yesin konwa ye ewo efidikasi so aha ede ebesom mu ewo mu fie mu ene mu adwuma mu ene ba bibia mu wo ebia ene eye efiada bosome miensa no ede etoso aduenu enson ewo